Why, hello there. Long time no see, honestly, as usual, but it has been on my mind for some time now to make a video. And so, as usually, I am, because I talk things out like this and I share my mindset like this. And I really establish it through these videos, so they're really beneficial for me and for you guys. So, let's get into it. So, a couple of last weeks, I have really been thinking about recovery after a setback and kind of rushing versus being fast. And the things that caused me to think more deeply about those topics is I'm a professional pianist, and I really take time and I take effort and I take a lot of time to practice every single day in and out. And I went to a competition and I obviously was aiming for gold, but I got silver. And for me, as a perfectionist and as a person who is highly competitive, a silver is nothing. So it was really a setback for me, but at the same time it really was a really good lesson, because even though I often get the results that I was hoping for at competitions, sometimes I don't. And I don't know why it hit me so hard this time, but I think it's because I was really sure in my ability and I was really sure in the amount of time I practiced. Competitions are rated basically on just an opinion of one person, the judge. So I can't be putting my happiness and my self-worth onto the opinion of another person whose opinion is also highly subjective. So I was just thinking, okay, this is a setback. How do I recover? And what makes my recovery more successful than recovery of other people? Because a lot of people get setbacks. We always get setbacks in life. And if you don't get setback, it's highly unlikely you're going to level up, because there's nothing to kind of push off of, if that makes sense. A setback is kind of a stumbling block that once you get over, you will be higher in level. That's kind of how I visualize it. My first point is just that the difference between the successful people and not so successful people, or in simpler words, the difference between the losers and the winners, is that the winners recover from setbacks as quickly as possible and the losers dwell on their mistakes. And a lot of people tend to think that the more you dwell on the mistake, the more you learn from it, and the more you analyze it, the more you're unlikely to make the same mistake in the future, or unlikely to make a mistake in general in the future, which is really wrong and also creates too much of a resistance for you to be able to come over that stumbling block. So for example, you made a mistake and you're dwelling on it for like a week, and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Analyzing every single bit of it, especially if the fate of that outcome was placed into, let's take me, the fate of the outcome was placed into the hands of another person. So there was nothing I could personally do better that made that outcome different. So my only job was to recover from the setback as quickly as possible. And what actually successful people do, I got this little hack from Layla Hormozi's podcast. I highly recommend listening to that podcast for whoever comes upon it. She shares a lot of mindset tips. She shares a lot of her own story, and it really builds you up. And the podcast is also called Build. So I got this little hack from her. Whenever you make a mistake, no matter how big of a mistake, if you lost $1 million, if you lost your house, if you got a bad grade, you have 24 hours. You set a physical timer on your phone for those 24 hours, and that is how much time you get over that mistake, to kind of dwell on it and then be done with it and move on with your life. And it really works. It really does work. You give yourself 24 hours, and it honestly takes less than 24 hours usually for you to get over a mistake, no matter how big it is, if you just allow yourself to move on from it. Because there's no need to dwell on a mistake. There's no need to, you take your lesson, but it doesn't take that long of a time period to take your lesson from something. So even if it's just an unhappy event that happened, it doesn't have to be your personal mistake, but it can just be an event. Give yourself 24 hours to mull it over, and then take your lesson, finalize it, and be done. move on. You can't give yourself more time than that, because then it will be taking from you, from your energy, from your resource. So just move on with your life. And always just remember, one of the differences between successful people and losers is that successful people recover from setbacks as quickly as possible, and losers dwell on their mistakes and dwell on the past and dwell on everything possible except the present moment and the grind that they can be doing right now. Moving on from that a little bit, I was really thinking about my personal productivity and how much I can get done in a day. And I really am a productive person, and I do everything. Like, I do every single thing you can imagine. But sometimes my day feels like I was busy the whole entire day and I didn't have a single minute for myself. I didn't have a single minute to just sit alone, breathe out, and think my thoughts. But then I look at the end of the day, I look behind me and I look what I did, and I'm like, I low-key did nothing. So is that devaluating my work? Is that me just saying my work costs nothing? Or is that me not using my time wisely, not prioritizing the right things? Or is that a combination of those things? And I was really thinking about that. And I also stumbled upon one of the episodes of Layla Hormozi's podcast, and it really helped me. And it's called Rushing versus Going Fast. So rushing through life is not the same as going fast, because rushing is rushed decisions, rushed schedule, rushed routine. First of all, rushed routine and rushed schedule is getting you closer to your death, because rushing is not being present in the moment. It's like almost physically speeding up time, because when you're rushing time, like, you don't have enough time for anything. Like, oh my gosh, I wish I had more hours in the day, but you're not present. And so when you rush, you just speed up the moment and you don't stay in it, if that makes sense. Because you can be going fast, on the other hand, you can be going fast and still stay in the moment. I think the key point on what you guys take away from this is that rushing equals rushed decisions, and rushed decisions will never ever ever be beneficial in the long run for you. And rushed decisions doesn't always mean some important decision, but it can be just decisions on the daily, even decisions about your schedule. Rushed decisions are never good. Versus when you're going fast, you're just reacting to things more quickly, but you're still staying in the moment, and you're still able to fully understand and fully realize what's happening around you, so that you can take weighted, good decisions, fully analyzed, not emotional decisions, because rush decisions are emotional decisions. Rush decisions are decisions under stress, under emotion, under time squeeze. Good decisions are the opposite of all of that. And when I say decisions, I mean every single decision that you take on the daily with your life. Our days are combinations of different, each day is a combination of different decisions that you make that day. You make a decision to make your bed, and you make a decision to go to sleep at the right time. Like, things like that, those are all decisions. And it just really was kind of surprising and kind of struck upon me, because I feel like a lot of the time, I personally fill my day with, like, not busy work, but almost things that I make myself do just so that I feel productive, rather than knowing that I did all my prioritized tasks, and this time I have left is just me going fast, so that this time is for me, for my personal life, and for just thinking thoughts, like analyzing my decisions, analyzing my day, and stuff like that. Like, not every single minute of your day has to be busy, rushed, and gone. You can stay in the moment, and you need to have priorities. And so that's something I kind of found for myself. And that feeling of being productive, that feeling of like telling someone, oh my gosh, I don't have a single minute in the day where I'm not busy. I'm always so busy. But in reality, you know that it affects your decision making. It affects your, like, it's being rushed, and rushed decisions are not good decisions. So you could tell every single person out there that you're busy every single second of the day, but in reality, you don't have anything done. In reality, you don't know who you want to be. In reality, you don't have the thinking time to even analyze your life. and think about if you like what you're doing, if you know what you're doing. So just really take time and look over your schedule and analyze if it's rushed or if you're going fast, and learn to recover from setbacks quickly. And that's honestly all for today. I also kind of have to go, so this is a short one again, but I'll be coming back and you already know it. So thanks for being here today. Bye guys.